Welcome to today's webinar on elevating interview room recording into the cloud with iRecord Cloud, powered by NICE Investigate. My name is Patrick Boats with NICE, and I'll be your host today. Pleasure to have you here. We really appreciate taking some time out of your day, and we hope you find this really valuable and will help you in the future. Just some housekeeping items. All attendees are automatically put on mute, and all the widgets that are around you on the screen are resizable and movable. The presentation slides are available in the resource list. There's also some fact sheets and brochures and other things that may be valuable. To submit your questions, do so through the Q&A widget. And there's also some common technical questions located in the help widget. We will ask for your participation on a poll and a brief survey after the webinar. Poll will be during the webinar, so if you could participate, that'd be really appreciated. And an on-demand version of this webinar will be available approximately 30 minutes to an hour after the webinar at the same registration link as you registered at. If you would like to learn more at any time, you can use the Contact Us window that's just below your slides, or email us at psinfo@nice.com at any time, and we'll get back to you shortly. So today I'm just going to do some brief introductions of our speakers and the companies represented. We'll talk about the major challenges today around interview room recording and evidence sharing. We'll introduce iRecord Cloud to you, and then show you a live demonstration, and we'll answer any questions you may have at the end of the presentation. Please use the Q&A box for any questions. So today we're pleased to be joined by Ryan Voigt. He's the Director of Business Development and Partner Channel Sales of Word Systems. He's been with Word Systems for a long time and has a great wealth of knowledge in the interview room recording space. We're also pleased to be joined by Rod Guy, who will be doing the demonstration later in the webinar. He's got 3 decades of experience leading teams and developing a strategy. He's developed a strategy for not only NICE Investigate, but the broader NICE Public Safety as well. And he's been working with innovative solutions that improve digital data while addressing the needs for security, data integrity, and cost effectiveness. So very talented individual. And a little bit about NICE. If you're not familiar with us, we've been partnering with Word Systems for many years now. We provide an end-to-end digital transformation platform that starts all the way from the 911 call to the very beginning. So you go to the left, the Inform, the Insight, then solutions for police operations, solutions for investigators, prosecutors, and the defense to handle the complete digital end-to-end digital evidence lifecycle. We recently launched Evidence Central Marketplace, which is the first open digital evidence management ecosystem. iRecord and Word Systems is one of our first partners here. There are a variety of other partners in other areas, including RMS and CAD, and different sources of evidence, body-worn camera and analytics, and all kinds of different categories. And what we do is work with these partners really closely to create a best-of-breed marketplace with many solutions that are integrated together. So when you implement them, you have that peace of mind that's all working well together and seamlessly, and you can pick the best solutions out there. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Ryan and iRecord at Word Systems and tell you a little bit more about all the success that they've been having working with customers.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Well, since 1977, Word Systems has specialized in the development and implementation of mission-critical audio and video recording solutions for public safety, law enforcement, and child advocacy. Using leading hardware technology and innovative user-friendly software solutions, our mission is to help agencies maintain compliance as they gather insight from their data to serve and protect. Some of the challenges today, iRecord is actually designed by detectives for detectives, as we created iRecord specifically for recording interviews. During our research and development, we worked with detectives and child advocacy forensic interviewers on the challenges of using archaic and poorly designed piecemealed systems. Challenges such as ease of use, secure storage, playable, non-proprietary media, and most importantly, reliability. So we actually used this feedback and created our features to resolve these challenges. So quality of video evidence, requirements for secure evidence sharing, digital evidence turned into physical evidence and storing it, making the videos playable, the risk of evidence and the loss of that evidence, compromised or failed storage, information stored in siloed systems making it difficult to access, and budget constraints and uncertainty, especially in these times.
All right. Well, now, thanks, Ryan. We'd like to introduce our audience poll. If you could please select your top 3 challenges of the 8 that Ryan just covered that you're facing related to interviewing and recording and evidence handling, and then we can share the results so we can see what those top issues are that folks are facing. Give you a minute or so to respond, and then we'll share the results. All right, thank you so much. Go ahead and share the results now. All right, so it looks like a risk of evidence loss due from compromised or failed storage is number 1, followed by budget constraints and uncertainty, which is certainly a major issue that we're seeing today, especially in these times, and then tied with making video evidence playable and requirements for quick and secure evidence sharing. So thanks so much for that, and we'll address a lot of these issues here coming up shortly. So appreciate it. All right, Ryan.
Okay, thanks, Patrick. So iRecord has set the standard for interview recording since 2004. When our clients invest in iRecord, we provide everything they need to effectively capture and securely store their interviews. Now we have the ability to easily and securely share the interviews with iRecord Cloud powered by NICE Investigate by advancing to the next level of digital transformation. So a little bit of the depth and breadth of iRecord and how we resolve a lot of the challenges that you just addressed. We do have a full turnkey solution, so we do provide all the cameras, microphones, again, everything you need to effectively capture and store the interviews. We do use a Microsoft operating system, SQL database, and we use industry standard non-proprietary MP4 files. iRecord is very robust and reliable. We also have a lot of redundancy options for both storing and redundantly capturing the interviews. It's very easy to operate. We have a remote control feature where you can start and stop the interviews and live monitor. We have a client browser and a web-based browser. So you can watch live interviews, retrieve previously recorded interviews. You can bookmark the interviews, run chain of evidence. We have redaction, and then we have multiple ways of saving the interviews as well. Most importantly, iRecord is very scalable and adaptive, so you do have a lot of options if you want to expand the system. iRecord is very secure. We also have an Active Directory solution. And again, we do have a high-definition recording solution. So we pull in an H.264 stream from Axis high-definition cameras, and store those as MP4, which are playable on any computer. It's also important to add that we have 24-hour a day, 7 days a week service with a lot of extended maintenance options. Okay, so a little bit about our product portfolio. Our ecosystem of products includes a mobile solution, which is called iRecord Anywhere. These are designed for field interviews, interviews outside of the confines of a department or center. You can go out and do an interview and save that interview. And we also have an integration with Universe, where you can export that interview over to your Universe system if you have one for single centralized storage. That also records in high definition. Our Universe solution is our fixed, standalone, and network enabled solution. It does, again, work with Axis high definition IP cameras. And then we have a enterprise solution for advanced retention and single centralized on-premise storage. All are compatible with iRecord Cloud, powered by NICE Investigate. So for over 2 years, we've been defining our cloud strategy and designing our cloud architecture to resolve the challenges of sharing evidence. Now the evidence can be easily and securely accessed anywhere via internet access and accelerate investigations and address public health concerns. Okay, so a little bit about how the integration works. So we do have an integration which is called the DSG. It stands for Digital Source Gateway. So the NICE Investigate will actually query the iRecord system and look for interviews to automatically export into the cloud. So it does that by looking at the metadata. So we do have the option of entering in metadata, case number, detective name, suspect name. There's going to be a cloud data field. So it will look at that cloud data field, and if it is filled out, it will then export it up to the cloud. There's also a manual option as well, so you can manually upload interviews and other content. So you can also upload additional evidence to the case. So you can add additional content and evidence such as pictures, documents, surveillance, video, body cameras, RMS, 911, and CAD content. So it does give you the ability to build your entire case with correlating evidence to store, play, analyze, and share with full chain of custody tracking. So with that, I would like to introduce Rod Guy, who will be giving us a demonstration on Investigate.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, give me a second. Let me try and share my screen. Let me know when you see my screen.
We can see it. Thanks, Rod.
Great. Thanks, Patrick. All right. So as Ryan said, I'm just going to give you a quick demo of iRecord NICE Investigate in the cloud. And when I'm logging in, I'm just accessing it from my browser, and I'm presented with a view of all of the cases in this case that have been uploaded and automatically created through the connection to iRecord. Or any cases you can manually create as well. So when you come in, each of these cards represents a case. And again, as Ryan showed you, when you enter metadata on the iRecord system, including case number, that metadata is used to populate and create a case folder. And then any interviews that have that matching case folder will all be brought into that unified case folder. So give an example here of this homicide case, and the ability to just click into that case and preview whatever's there, including this interview. Of course, you can go to full screen. You can do all those things, but more importantly, you can go into the full viewer mode and review the document, play the video, annotate the video with, bookmarks and comments, the fact that the rights were read to the suspect, or, later on, let's say the individual, actually named an accomplice. The ability to add these, annotations and bookmarks throughout the video. And you can do other things. You can create clips. You can create redactions of audio or video and other things. But I think you get the idea. The ability then for that video, let's say you're either a CAC or you're a law enforcement agency and you want to share with, either law enforcement or your prosecutor, the ability to select that item and share with users. And we have this concept of sharing via download. And so, for example, you can just put in a valid email address, and I'll send it to myself. And you can put a message along with it. Here is the interview on that case. I can type. And then you got a number of choices and options on how you want to share. For example, how long do you want that share to be available to whomever you're sending it to? And you can set it to 5 days of expiry or 500 days. It's really up to you. Do you want to include originals? Something I didn't talk about is Nice Investigate will actually make your photos and videos and documents viewable, including videos that maybe have a proprietary codec or a non-standard format. It will create a working copy that makes it playable on any smartphone, tablet, or laptop. So for your own benefit and those you share with, that working copy makes those things playable. Now, we also hold on to the original, and you can choose to send the working copy or the working copy plus the original. You have the choice of, do you want a chain of custody report to go along with whichever number of items you've selected? Each of them have their own chain of custody report, which you can include in the share. I'll include that just for fun. And then those comments and bookmarks that I just showed you, I added to a video. You can choose to include those or not include those in the share you generate. So when I click share, what our system has done is sent an email to the 1 or 10 recipients that you addressed, and they're going to get an email in their inbox and a link inside of that email, which I'll show you in a few minutes here, that the recipient can click on and get access to the share. Now, obviously, this is, confidential and CJIS, potentially CJIS compliant information you're sharing with the recipient. And so we secure that link by actually requiring whenever you generate the share to also deliver this 6-digit code. So this 6-digit code is a way to secure the share and prevent, anybody can click on that link intercepting that email all day. But if they don't have the 6-digit number, you won't be able to get access to the recordings or the documents or videos or whatever you might have shared. So I'm going to go over to my inbox and refresh. I should have a new email. Right there. If it'll pay attention. I'm not sure why Outlook is not responding, but it is there. There it is. So clicking on that link takes you right to our sharing portal, and the ability for you to enter in a code and get access to what was shared. So again, with one click now you have access to, and as the recipient, you can choose to download the 1, 2, or 2,000 items that were shared in this share, or you can actually click in and actually view it in live mode. And so you can see here it'll have a list of the 1, 2, or 200 items, and then you can click view. And as a recipient, you don't need to install software. You don't need to be trained on how to do it. You just click view, and as you can see, it starts to autoplay. Those bookmarks still exist, and the comments that were added are there for the recipient. And again, from here, they can view, and they also have the ability to download individual files. So you can see here, because I checked some of those options, I have different things I can download. I can download the video itself. I can download the chain of custody report or the comments and bookmarks as a separate document. If I download and open that document, for example, for the PDF, there is the chain of custody report that tracks the life of this piece of evidence, from the time it arrived in our system, whether it was brought up from iRecord or manually uploaded from a user. So again, the recipient has all of that detail available to them when you do that share. One other thing is, as Ryan said, the automated uploading and access to interviews done by iRecord is available, but you also have the ability to add other evidence to a case folder. And so I just click the upload button inside of a case, and it's as easy as browsing your desktop and, selecting, maybe I want to add 2 of these crime scene photos. I just, select a couple of documents, and I can then tell the system a little bit more about those 2 photos that I just selected. Notice it already identifies them as images, and now I can identify them further as actually their crime scene photos. I can do things like, put an address to it, and it'll geolocate those photos on a map along with all the other evidence in the case. I can put keywords on it, like these were taken in the parking lot or inside the building, and any summary notes, Officer Jones collected these on such and such a day. And then I click upload, and it's that easy. Now the system will be uploading those documents or photos or videos. You can see they actually get processed, so media gets transcoded and virus and malware scanned, and so it's that easy now to have additional evidence in my case. And of course, I can go to full screen on any of that and view the chain of custody on any of those items and rotate around all of the evidence in a case. And again, now I can do a further share and select all of this evidence and choose to share it with whomever I need. So I think that was a very quick and easy. Hopefully you see how easy it is and straightforward it is to access cases and documents, add content to a case folder, and then be able to share it with your working partners, be it other agencies or prosecuting offices. So with that, I will hand it back over to Patrick and see if there are any questions.
Great, thank you. All right, so it looks like we do have some questions. Thanks, Rob. And let's see. First question: does the cloud product support 2FA login? Do you guys know that?
Yeah, I'll take that. It does. So part of being in the cloud and being CJIS compliant as a platform, we do actually enforce two-factor authentication along with a myriad of other security requirements to meet that CJIS requirement, everything from encryption in transit to encryption at rest, et cetera. So yes.
All right. You said that other evidence can be added to case folders to complement the interview room video. What types of evidence and file formats do you support?
Actually, any file of any type can be uploaded. And we, whether it's a Word document, a PDF, an Excel spreadsheet, a PowerPoint, an executable, let's say you have a video from a convenience store and it comes out as a .exe player with, 12 different, .dat and DLL and a few proprietary video files inside of it. You can zip that entire folder up and upload it into the platform. Again, we'll hold onto it as an original, but we have a library of transcoding engines that'll take that video, even with the proprietary format, and we'll convert it to a working copy that is playable in your browser on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop. So you can produce that original all the way to court. Whoever you share it with, if you click, include originals, they'll be able to download that zip folder that includes the executables, install it on their machine if they want to, but they also get the benefit of that playable working copy. Hope that makes sense.
Great, thank you, Ron. Are there protections if an interview was sent to a wrong email address?
No, it's like any other system. If you send it to the wrong email, the system's going to do what you ask it to. There is, however, the ability to keep track and audit, where it went and who sent, to whom on what day. And we are actually adding a revoke feature to the share via download. We already have it when we share to another agency or to a known partner like the prosecutor or another law enforcement agency that's using the system. But we're adding a feature to actually revoke a share after it's been sent. So that's coming in an upcoming release.
Okay, great. That's really good. Does this function offer long-term storage for files beyond what the iRecord system will hold? Like in the cloud?
Yeah, so actually that's something you would work out with iRecord as to what you need as your retention policy for your agency, and that's something that would be set up when you activate the iRecord cloud. Brian, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Right, yeah, there is a retention policy that we have, and you can set the videos up to automatically delete or set to delete at a given time. The interviews will, for the most part, be stored on premise. The Investigate solution will be primarily for sharing, and then as we continue to release more versions, we will have more long-term storage options. But initially, you're just going to keep everything in the iRecord evidence vault.
Great, thank you. What level of redundancy is this cloud solution operating under? What is the expectancy as far as quality of service and downtime?
It's a highly available solution. So being it's a cloud service, we have a very high SLA and I encourage you to work with iRecord and get those next level of details.
Okay, great. How quickly will my interview be automatically uploaded to the cloud?
As Ryan showed you, the ability for you from iRecord on-prem to be able to mark an interview as a move to cloud. As soon as you make that update to the interview, the background will, the process will actually initiate the upload from there. So, really it's just a question of, a minute or two for it to be up in your cloud iRecord.
Thank you. Can the interviews be uploaded to the cloud from the mobile equipment, or does it have to be downloaded to a server first?
Not sure.
Yeah, the mobile anywhere solution will have the ability to upload the MP4 file or Windows Media file to Investigate. Right now, it would be more of a manual upload, but in a future version, we will add the VSG capability with the cloud metadata.
Okay, great. Thank you. Are the iRecord solutions that are available today, the Universal Anywhere, already capable of uploading to Investigate, or will that require a future upgrade?
Yeah, previous versions are compatible.
Okay, great. So the ones available today. Great. How is it licensed? How is it priced?
Yeah, we encourage you to contact your iRecord account representatives, and we have a few questions that we'll ask, and then we'll provide pricing. So we have questions about frequency of use, how long the interviews are, and how long you would like to have them shareable. And then we can share some pricing with you.
Great. How would we restrict access to certain types of videos, such as juvenile interviews?
Right. So within the platform, you actually have the ability to mark items as sensitive or sealed, and or restrict within the platform who has access to a video. So within it, you can mark an entire case to be sensitive, or you can take an individual document or file or photo or video within a case and restrict who has access to that within the system. So you have those controls that you're in the system.
Okay, great. Thank you. What is the capacity of the storage? Is there a fee beyond the contract storage term?
Yeah, right now, initially, we're looking at some different ranges of the storage capacity. So again, I would encourage you to work with your iRecord account representatives who can provide pricing and address any and all questions about that.
All right, thank you. Do you have to have enterprise to utilize the cloud? We have Universe currently and use our own in-house long-term storage.
No, you do not need to have enterprise. So the iRecord Universe running out the Windows 10 box, you can export via the DSG. It is compatible with enterprise as well, but you do not have to have enterprise for it to be pushed to the cloud.
Perfect. Thank you. Is the password sent in a separate email or at the same time?
Yeah, that 6-digit number I shared or showed you gets generated. We ask you to, or suggest to you, that you deliver that to the recipient separately. So the system automatically generates the email with the link to the shared information. It's up to the user doing the send to provide that 6-digit code however you want to deliver that. You can call them, you can text them, you can send a separate email.
Makes sense. Thank you. Is the interview video downloadable to the person it's sent to, or only viewable? Do you have to put in an expiration date?
You do have to put in an expiration date, and it is available to download or view to the recipient. Correct.
Thank you. Are you able to redact video or create shorter video clips?
Yes to both. You can create redactions or create clips and then do redactions, and you're never actually, of course, affecting the original. You're always creating a new piece of evidence that's tracked and managed separately inside the case folder.
Okay, great. Do you have the capability to watch an interview live via the cloud?
That's currently a solution that we are developing in the early stages of testing with our first version. Look for more information on that, so stay tuned.
Okay, great. Thank you. Excellent. Let's see. Can we add CCTV video to case folders along with the interview room video?
Absolutely. I showed you the ability to upload, and again, you can upload photos, videos, documents. Anything can be uploaded into the platform. And those CCTV videos, as I said earlier, would automatically get transcoded and made playable.
Okay, great. That's a great question. Thank you all. Can you restrict downloading by the recipient and only allow them to view?
Not currently, but that's actually a very near-term enhancement to the platform.
Okay, great. Thank you. Is there a way to see all unexpired share links and manually disable them prior to expiration?
I think I mentioned earlier the ability to revoke a share is another upcoming feature, yes.
Okay, great. I understand the original is stored. Will the shared edited interview require more space?
No.
Okay, great. All right. Let me see here. Can the system be used to share video with the defense attorney if discovery requires it? How would you prevent download of the video?
Yes, it can be used to share with defense, and you can't prevent download because the way the feature works is it gives them the ability to download. However, I would say it's no different than producing a DVD and handing it to the defense attorney as you do today.
Okay, great. Can we create a directory of users we will send videos to, or just enter people email by email? Also assume this is HIPAA protected due to the password.
Right. So you have to enter the email addresses. There is no directory since we're not doing Active Directory integration to everybody's systems with this approach. And the second question was HIPAA. I believe we are HIPAA compliant. I have no knowledge of anything that says we aren't. So if you have a specific question on that, I'm happy to have a follow-up question through Ryan.
Okay, great. After the recording has expired, will the bookmarks and notes remain on the video?
Can you repeat the question, Patrick? Sorry.
Yeah. After the recording has expired, will the bookmarks and notes remain?
Yeah, so the bookmarks and notes are actually kept within the iRecord cloud system. And when I did that share and I chose to click and say, yes, please include the comments, it's all it's doing is including them or not including them in the share, but they still reside in the iRecord cloud version of the file.
Okay, great. Is there a way to track and see if it has been downloaded by a recipient?
Yeah, so we're specifically able to see that it was accessed, but not, let's say you shared 10 files. We do not provide you insight as to which of the 10 files they may have played or downloaded or looked at. So you do get acknowledgement that it has been opened or accessed by the recipient. And that's on purpose.
Okay, good. All right. Looks like that's all the questions. At least there's a lot. Yeah, I think we covered at least the majority of them. And if there's anyone we missed, just reach out to us. Here's one more. Are you aware of any legal challenges to this way of storage, sharing chain of custody by defense attorneys?
No. In fact, it's been embraced. Yep. Great.
And then the presentation is being recorded, and we'll send you an email probably within the next hour, and you'll be able to access it via the same link you registered. That link will also be in the email, and you can share it with anyone else you'd like to. Just wanted to thank you all on behalf of NICE and Word Systems and iRecord for taking the time to learn about this new solution today. And we really look forward to the opportunity to work closely with you to implement it in your organization here shortly. So thanks so much. Really great questions, great participation, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you, Ryan and Rod. And please all be safe, and we'll be in touch shortly. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.